The leather wallet sat on the corner of the table like a test, heavy with cash, deliberately forgotten. Marcus Chen didn't believe in coincidences or kindness without motive. In his world of billion-dollar deals and calculated risks, everyone had an angle. Everyone wanted something. So when he left his wallet behind at the small diner in rural Pennsylvania, it wasn't an accident. It was an experiment. What he didn't expect was that a 23-year-old waitress with worn shoes and tired eyes would teach him the most valuable lesson of his life. Sarah Mitchell had been on her feet for 11 hours straight when she noticed the wallet. The Thursday evening shift at Rosie's diner had been relentless, a blur of coffee refills, burger orders, and forced smiles that made her cheeks ache. Her sneakers, held together with duct tape on one side, squeaked against the checkered linoleum as she cleared table 7 for what felt like the 100th time that day. That's when she saw it. A black leather wallet, expensive looking, completely out of place in a diner where most customers counted coins to afford pie. Sarah picked it up, her hands trembling slightly. She knew she shouldn't open it, but she needed to find identification to return it. When she flipped it open, her breath caught in her throat. There had to be at least $3,000 in cash, neatly arranged in crisp $100 bills. Behind the money, she found credit cards with the name Marcus Chen, a driver's license, and several business cards identifying him as the CEO of Chen Industries. Sarah's mind raced. $3,000. That was more than she made in 2 months of double shifts. That was her mother's overdue medical bills. That was the rent she'd been juggling for 3 months. That was everything. Across the street, Marcus sat in his Tesla, watching through the diner's large windows. His assistant, Jennifer, sat in the passenger seat, shaking her head. "This is beneath you, Marcus. You're worth $3.2 billion, and you're testing a waitress with pocket change?" "It's not about the money," Marcus said, his eyes fixed on Sarah's figure through the glass. "It's about character. I'm considering a partnership with her stepfather's construction company. Before I invest $50 million, I want to know what kind of people I'm dealing with. You can learn everything about someone by how they act when they think no one's watching. And if she keeps it, then I've learned what I need to know for $3,000. Cheap lesson." Inside the diner, Sarah stood frozen, the wallet burning in her hands. Her coworker, Danny, leaned over the counter. "What you got there, Sarah?" "Someone left their wallet." There's a lot of money in it." Danny's eyebrows shot up. He walked over, glancing at the contents, and whistled low. "Damn, that's a fortune. You know, lost and found holds on to stuff for 30 days. After that, technically it's yours if nobody claims it." Sarah looked at him, then back at the wallet. "I need to find him tonight." "Sarah," Danny's voice softened, "I know about your mom. I know you've been picking up every shift you can. Nobody would blame you if—" "I would blame me," Sarah interrupted, her voice firm despite the tears threatening to spill. "My mom raised me better than that." She pulled out Marcus Chen's business card and walked to the diner's landline phone, her heart pounding. The number went straight to voicemail. She tried again. Same result. Fighting back frustration, she grabbed her phone and searched his name online. What she found made her knees weak. Marcus Chen wasn't just wealthy, he was one of the richest men in America. Tech industry titan, venture capitalist, philanthropist according to some articles, though others painted him as ruthlessly competitive. His office was in New York, over 2 hours away. Sarah looked at the clock. It was 8:47 p.m. Her shift ended at 9, but her mother's night nurse left at 10 and she needed to be home. But she also couldn't sleep knowing someone, even a billionaire, was missing their wallet. Making a split-second decision, she grabbed her jacket. "Cover my last tables, Danny? I'll owe you." "Where are you going?" "To return this, tonight." Marcus watched Sarah exit the diner, wallet clutched in her hand, and something unexpected flickered in his chest. Curiosity. She wasn't heading to her beat-up. Honda Civic in the parking lot. She was walking toward the bus stop. "She's taking the bus," Jennifer said, disbelief coloring her tone. "At night. To return your wallet." "Follow her," Marcus commanded, starting the Tesla. The bus ride took Sarah through 3 different routes, each one taking her farther from home and closer to the glittering skyline of New York City. She checked her phone obsessively, messages from her mother's nurse asking when she'd be home. her bank account showing a negative balance, a reminder about tomorrow's double shift starting at 6 a.m. With each mile, the weight of her decision pressed harder on her chest. She could turn back. She could mail it tomorrow. But something deep inside her refused to let go of the wallet until it was safely returned. It was nearly midnight when Sarah stood outside the towering glass building that housed Chen Industries. The lobby was closed, dark except for security lights. She felt foolish suddenly. A tired waitress in a stained uniform, holding a wallet worth more than her yearly salary, unable to even get inside. She was about to give up when the Tesla pulled up to the curb. Marcus stepped out, and Sarah's eyes widened in recognition from the driver's license photo. "Mr. Chen?" she called out, rushing forward. "Thank God. I've been trying to reach you. You left this at the diner." Marcus took the wallet slowly, studying her face. Up close, he could see the exhaustion etched in the lines around her eyes, the faded uniform, the shoes that had seen better years. "You came all the way to New York to return this?" "Of course. It's yours. You could have kept it. Nobody would have known." Sarah's expression hardened. "I would have known. There's $3,000 in here." "You look like you could use it." The words hung in the air, and Sarah felt heat rise to her cheeks, not from embarrassment, but from the quiet dignity of someone who refused to be defined by her circumstances. "I could use a lot of things, Mr. Chen, but I can't use money that isn't mine and still sleep at night. I hope you have a good evening." She turned to leave, and Marcus felt something crack open. Inside him, something that had been sealed shut for years, beneath layers of cynicism and calculated transactions. "Wait," he called out. "How are you getting home?" "Bus. Same way I came." "It's midnight." "Let me drive you." Sarah hesitated, then shook her head. "That's not necessary." "Please, it's the least I can do." The drive back to Pennsylvania was quiet at first. Then Marcus asked, "Why did you do it, really?" Sarah stared out the window at the darkness rushing past. "My father died when I was 8. Left my mom with nothing but medical bills and me. She worked 3 jobs to keep us afloat. Never complained, never stole, never took shortcuts. She got sick last year, cancer, and now I'm the one working multiple jobs. But she taught me that character isn't what you do when life is easy. It's what you do when it's hard, when you're exhausted and broke and nobody's watching. That's when it counts." Marcus was silent for a long moment. Then, quietly, "I left that wallet on purpose." "To test you." "I'm sorry." Sarah turned to him, and instead of anger, he saw something like pity in her eyes. "That's sad," she said softly. "That you have so much money you can use it to test people's honesty. That you've been hurt or disappointed so many times you need to check if basic decency still exists?" She paused. "It does, Mr. Chen. It exists in diners and bus stops and hospital waiting rooms. Sometimes you just have to trust it." When they pulled up to her small apartment building, Marcus reached for his wallet. "Please, let me give you something. A reward." "No, thank you. Your mother's medical bills are mine to handle," Sarah said firmly. "I don't want your money. Mr. Chen, I just wanted to return your wallet." She opened the door, then paused. "But if you really want to help, Rosie's Diner could use better wages for its staff, and there are a lot of people in this town who work hard but can't make ends meet. Maybe your foundation could look into that." She disappeared into the building, leaving Marcus sitting in his car, utterly transformed. The next morning, Sarah was stunned to find Marcus Chen sitting at table 7, waiting for her. Beside him were his lawyers. "I'd like to offer you a job," Marcus said simply. "Director of Community Investment at Chen Industries. You'd oversee our charitable foundation, decide where our money goes, make sure it reaches people who actually need it." Sarah laughed, overwhelmed. "Mr. Chen, I'm a waitress. I never finished college. You have something more valuable than a degree. You have integrity, compassion, and wisdom I've spent billions trying to find. The salary is $180,000 a year, plus benefits that include full medical coverage for family members." Tears spilled down Sarah's cheeks. "Why?" "Because you taught me that wealth isn't measured in bank accounts. It's measured in character. And you're the richest person I've ever met." Marcus smiled, a real smile, that reached his eyes for the first time in years. "Also, I called your stepfather this morning. I'm investing in his construction company. $50 million. He told me you've been helping support his family too, even though he's not your biological father. That sealed it for me. Sarah took the job. Within a year, under her guidance, the Chen Foundation transformed from a tax write-off into a genuine force for good, helping thousands of families like hers. Marcus became not just her employer, but her mentor and friend. And whenever Marcus felt cynical about humanity, he remembered a tired waitress who took 3 buses at midnight to return something that wasn't hers, expecting nothing in return. That memory, he realized, was worth more than all his billions combined.